Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be reading from a subreddit, so let's jump into it. I fell for a beggar. My name is Isla, and I am 19 years old. I have never been in a relationship before. The longest I've ever gone without seeing my family is 3 days. And this is because I was raised with fairly strict parents who didn't allow me much freedom. They were very overprotective, and they still are. I'm only allowed to go out if it's with them or with my sister, and I'm not allowed to speak to boys, especially not older men. That's why I've never been in a relationship before. So one day last month, my mom convinced me to go shopping with her. I agreed, and we went to the mall together. We were both looking for new outfits for an upcoming wedding we had to attend. We went to all of our usual stores, and then we decided to get some food. We got lunch, and then went back to the store to continue shopping. As we were walking through the mall, I saw a beggar sitting outside of a store, and he was singing. He was really good, and I stopped to listen for a moment. After a few seconds, my mom grabbed me by the hand and dragged me away. She said that beggars like him are only pretending to be singers, and that they use it to get money from people. I told her that I knew that, but I just wanted to hear his song. "Don't be naive," she said. "They are only trying to trick you. They are dangerous." I understand that she was trying to protect me, but I think she was just doing it once again, so I wouldn't talk to any guys. I sighed and continued shopping. I found an outfit I liked and I tried it on immediately. It was a beautiful white summer dress that reached just above my knees. When I came out of the changing room, I saw him. He was standing there with a small smile on his face. I blushed and looked away. Then I heard him say, "You look beautiful." I froze. Was he talking about me? I slowly turned my head and looked at him. "You do look beautiful," he repeated. He took a step forward and I panicked and ran away. I went straight to my mom and told her I needed to go home. She asked me what had happened and why I was so scared, but I couldn't tell her the truth. So I just made up some excuse about needing to go to the bathroom more often. My mom believed me, but she insisted on coming with me to make sure I was okay. As soon as we got home, I ran to my room and locked the door. I started thinking about what the beggar man had said to me. Had he actually been talking to me? Did he think I was beautiful? Maybe. But what did that mean? And why was my mom reacting so strangely when I mentioned him? I knew that she probably didn't want me to talk to any guys, especially not that guy. But I couldn't help but think about him. I wondered what he looked like, and what his name was, and how he knew I was called Isla. I couldn't stop thinking about him. The next day, I went back to the mall with my mom and dad. This time they didn't let my sister come along. I told them that I just wanted to see if I could find the beggar man again. But in reality, I just wanted to go back to the mall. I asked them if I could go alone, but they said no. They said that they needed to know what had happened to me, and that they did not trust leaving me alone. I understood where their concerns were coming from, but I was still upset that they wouldn't trust me. I would have never guessed that this trip to the mall would change everything between us forever. We were walking through the mall and I told my parents that I wanted to go to the same store where I had seen the man yesterday. We agreed, and I began searching for him. I wasn't able to find him anywhere. I searched everywhere, but I don't know. I guess I just couldn't find him. I got upset and sat down on a bench outside of the store. Then I felt a tap on my shoulder and I jumped in fright. I turned around and saw the beggar man standing there with a small smile on his face. "I've been looking for you," he said. I blushed and looked down. "Me too," I whispered. I could feel my parents' angry stares boring holes into the man. He ignored them and continued speaking to me. "I'm sorry I couldn't talk to you yesterday, but I didn't want to cause any trouble." Trouble? What did he mean by trouble? I looked up at him with innocent eyes. "What do you mean?" I asked. "Your parents?" he said. "They seem nice, but they don't want you to talk to me." "Why?" I asked. Because I am just a beggar, he said. I beg for money on the streets. I'm dirty and smelly, and I have no money to offer you. It doesn't matter, I said. I don't care about your looks or your money. I just want to know you better. I don't know why I said that. I don't even know if I meant it. But the way he looked at me after I said it made my stomach flip. You don't care about my looks or my money, he said. Then what makes you think I'm not dangerous? Dangerous? Why was everyone saying that I was in danger? What did they mean? Before I could reply, my dad stepped in front of me and grabbed me by the hand. Let's go, he said. I wanted to stay there and talk to the man, but my dad pulled me away. He didn't say a word as we walked through the mall and out to the parking lot. I wanted to scream at him, but I was too scared. I had never seen him that angry before. When we got home, my dad sat me down in the living room and told me that I wasn't allowed to ever go back to the mall again. I argued with him, but he wouldn't budge. My mom tried to calm me down, but I just couldn't understand why I wasn't allowed to see him again. All I knew was that I wanted to see him again. I begged my parents to let me go back to the mall, but they said no. I got so upset that I ran away from home. I didn't know where I was going, but I didn't care. All I knew was that I needed to get away from home. I ended up at the mall again, but I didn't go inside. Instead, I sat down on a bench outside of the mall and waited. I waited for hours, but I never saw him again. Just when I was about to give up, I saw a familiar figure walking towards me. It was him. He had a small smile on his face, and he looked happy to see me. "I've been looking for you everywhere," he said. "Why haven't you been at the mall these past few days?" "My parents wouldn't let me come," I said. "They think you're dangerous." He laughed. "Of course they do. They probably think I'm a drug dealer or something. But I'm not. I just like singing and making people happy. That's all." He looked at me for a moment. "Do you want to hear a song?" he asked. "I'd love that," I said. He closed his eyes and started singing. His voice was beautiful, and I loved listening to it. I leaned my head against his shoulder and closed my eyes. I felt safe with him. I didn't feel like I was in danger. I didn't know why, but I trusted him. When he was done singing, I opened my eyes and looked up at him. "Thank you," I whispered. "That was beautiful." He smiled and ruffled my hair. "Thank you," he said. "Can I ask you something?" "Of course," I said. "Do you want to be my girlfriend?" "Really?" I asked. "Yeah," he said. "Will you?" "Yes," I said. "Yes. I want to be your girlfriend." He leaned in and kissed me. It was a soft, gentle kiss that made me feel like I was on cloud 9. I wrapped my arms around his neck and deepened the kiss. I don't know how long we stood there kissing, but eventually we had to pull away for air. "I love you," I whispered. "I love you too," he said. And that's when my parents stepped out of the shadows and started screaming at him. "How dare you?" my mom screamed. "You're just a beggar. You're dirty and smelly and you have nothing to offer my daughter." I felt my blood boil. How could she talk to him like that? He was the kindest, most caring person I knew. Sure, he was a beggar, but that didn't make him any less of a person. In fact, it made me love him even more. "Shut up," I screamed at my mom. "You don't know him like I do. He's not a monster. He's kind and caring, and I love him." I looked at my parents with hatred in my eyes. "I don't ever want to see you again." And with that, I turned around and ran away. I don't know where I was going, but I didn't care. All I knew was that I had found the man I was going to marry. So that is our story. The end. Oh my God. I cannot breathe. I am crying. That is crazy. That is actually crazy. I can't believe that she just left her parents like that. That's insane. But I also can't believe that her parents are just acting like he's this horrible person just because he's a beggar. That's insane. That's not okay. That is not okay at all. It's not okay to judge someone based on their appearance. I wish that people would realize that sooner. But anyways, that is our story. The end. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.